Hi guys, this is Jennifer with Cheeky Cat Paper, and in this video I just wanted to show you some really easy things you can do to just kind of take your paper crafting up a notch. And you probably know a lot of these techniques already. This is kind of more of a beginner kind of tutorial. And so here I've just got a little thing that I made, a little journaling card, and it's pretty basic. I actually made this with some things where I didn't have any of my usual junk journaling tools, and so I just had some magazines and some paper and glue basically. So I made this basic thing, and so now I'm just going to kind of embellish a little bit and try and see if we can zhuzh it up a little bit and make it just that, give it that little extra something to make it more interesting. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this this ink, and just because it's so kind of neutral colored, I wanted to use an ink that had some color to it. So I'm using this fired brick, and I'm just gonna do the edges here. Let's give it a little bit of color. Okay, now I've got a couple of some text here, and then this is kind of my focal piece, and you can see the text is on text and it just maybe gets a little bit lost in there. So in order to help it stand out a little bit, I'm just going to take a Sharpie and kind of outline this, and it's going to be just going to go around it a couple of times. Just make it stand out a bit. And do that with each of these words. And you can make this look all nice and neat. I kind of like it a little bit rustic. That's a nice way to say it, right? Okay, so now you can see it, those letters stand out a little more. And you know, let's go ahead and do this guy too. Why not? My Sharpie is getting a little, it's drying out a little bit here. Okay. I want to do some interest on the sides, and one thing you could do is you could, again, use a pen. You could just draw a line all the way around. You could use something like this, which is a Stabilo pencil, and you basically, if you color it and then you add a little water, it looks like watercolor. It's very cool. And I'm actually going to do this around here because I'm not happy with the way that that Sharpie looked around here, because it was starting to seem like it was running out of ink there. Okay, and I'll show you the magic is when you add water. So I've just got my little brush here, and I'm gonna brush on some water. And it just gives it this nice painterly effect. And now I think for the edges on this one, I think I'm going to do a sewn edge. And this is something that you can do all the way around. You can do partially. You can use different types of stitches. I'm going to, because it's so heavy down at this end, I think I'm going to do the stitching probably along here. And so I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here you can see I just did a real simple straight stitch and then a zigzag stitch, and it just kind of balances out the piece, I feel like. And then I'm just gonna do one last little thing, and that is I want to give it a little bit of paint splatter, and I'm gonna use this, let's see, this is wine colored, just to kind of go with the coloring that's on here. And I just mixed it up with a little bit of water, and then I don't really want to get it on the text, so I'm gonna do this. And that is it. So I feel like it's got some more interest to it now than when we started. And I hope that you got a couple of tips and tricks from this, and that it will help you with your own junk journaling. And that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.